Welcome back, students. In the previous class we have studied about the high pass filter, low pass filter, band elimination filter and band pass filter. And now as we know what is band pass filter, what is high pass filter, what is low pass filter, now we have to know one more thing, that is called as decibel and Neper, where they are used, these terms where they are used in this particular filters topic. Okay, we will see now where is decibel and Neper used. Decibel and Neper. So if you see here, the attenuation of a wave filter, the attenuation of a wave filter, attenuation means it is opposing or it is reducing the effect or it is stopping, also we can say. The attenuation of a wave filter can be expressed in terms of decibels, can be expressed in terms of decibels. So if it is expressed in terms of decibels, then we can define the Neper also. These two are the terms where we are expressing this particular attenuation. Attenuation is expressed in terms of this decibel or Neper. Okay, now we will see what is Neper. Neper is a natural logarithm as we say log to the basis some value, like that, natural logarithm of the ratio of input voltage, of the ratio of input voltage or current. Can also do the ratio of current also. So I am writing in the brackets current. Neper is a natural logarithm of the ratio of the input voltage to the output voltage or current. Provided that the network is properly terminated at characteristic impedance. Network is properly terminated in characteristic impedance, impedance Z0. So this is what it is used for attenuation expressing, and it is the natural logarithmic value of the ratio of input voltage to the output voltage, provided the network is properly terminated in the characteristic impedance Z0. As we already derived this propagation constant and characteristic impedance for a two-port network, he is saying that the network should be properly terminated by Z0. So Z0 should be the term where you are making the two-port network or the second port shorted with this particular characteristic impedance Z0. Okay, that is the condition. Now we will see that how the Neper is expressed in terms of the ratio of the voltage and current. So first it is a two-port network now, where we are having ratios of V1, V2 and I1, I2. So we draw a two-port network where we are having here V1, I1 and here I2 and V2. Two-port network. Okay. Now if you see here, the Neper can be expressed as N is equals to logarithm, natural logarithm to base modulus of P1 by V2 ratio, or log base E I1 by I2 also we can write. N is equals to log base E I1 by I2. So in terms of power also it can be expressed in terms of power. That is input power P1 and output power P2 then n is equals to 1 by 2 logarithm base e P1 by P2. This is the value of, this is the expression of the Nepper in terms of power. Okay, in terms of power it is expressed as like this, 1 by 2 logarithm base e P1 by P2. Now what is this Nepper? Okay, what is decibel? Decibel is also the term used to express attenuation, and it is denoted by letter D and it is denoted by capital letter N. So D is equals to 10 log base 10 P1 by P2. So it is 10 times the natural logarithmic value of the ratio of the power. D is equals to, decibel is equals to 10 into log base 10 P1 by P2. Okay. The decibel can be expressed, you can write the definition of the decibel. Now the decibel is defined as 10 times the common logarithm or natural logarithm, of the ratio of input power to the output power, okay. As we have written the definition already. So D is equals to, decibel is equals to, D is equals to log 10 into log base 10 P1 by P2 is the value, okay. And also the decibel can be expressed in terms of the ratio of voltage and current. So how it is expressed in terms of voltage and current? In terms of voltage and current, D can be expressed as the equation given here. D is equals to 20 log base 10 V1 by V2, and the same thing, D is equals to 20 log base 10 I1 by I2 ratio, okay. These are the decibels you are measuring in terms of power, in terms of voltage, in terms of current. Now we want the relation between the decibel and Nepper. So it is the relation between decibel and Nepper is there. 1 decibel is equals to, the decibel value is equals to 0.115 N, 0.115 Nepper. These are standard value. If you want to convert the decibel to Nepper, 1 decibel is equal to 0.115 Nepper, okay. Now we will talk about the constant K low pass filter. So we have already discussed about the characteristic impedance, and for a T network and pi network we have derived the characteristic impedance, students. So that values you have to remember about the characteristic impedance of the T network and pi network for that. So we will see now what is the constant K low pass filter. So here we are having a constant K low pass filter to be discussed. It is also a prototype filter because all other complex filters can be equations can be derived from it. Okay. So constant K low pass filter is the filter that is having two types, that is T section and pi section. Okay. So we will, what is the T section filter, how it is looking like? So if you have inductance like this, and already you are having capacitance, and this is a inductance again, then it is L by 2, L by 2. As it is in series, we are dividing L by 2, L by 2, and this is a shunt, so it is C. And this is also Z1 by 2, and Z1 by 2 also we can write by 2 because it is impedance only, and this one can be written as Z2 for a T network, T section or T network. Okay. The similar way we are having for the pi. This pi is having here inductance in the between and also the capacitance on both sides like this. If you have like this the pi section, this is called as pi section. Pi section. Okay, filter. Now as we know that there are series impedance and shunt impedances. This is a series impedance, this is a shunt impedance. Now here also we will write that one, that capacitor values are given, expressed now in terms of 2Z2 and 2Z2. This is 2Z2, this is also 2Z2, and this is Z1. Why? Because 2 into Z2 into Z2 by Z1, Z2 plus Z2. It is only Z2 will get. If it is in parallel, you will get only Z2. By doing the parallel simplification, you will get only Z2 here. And this is series, so you are writing Z1 only. And this Z1 is nothing but your L, and it is, this is C by 2 and C by 2. This is C by 2 and C by 2. So connecting like this for the T section and pi section filters. So in the parallel, C by 2 plus C by 2 gives you C. So we are writing like this, C by 2 and C by 2. As in the equations we get what is the parallel of this C by 2 plus C by 2, half C2 or half C2 is equal to C. This is L. Now we have to also remember this characteristic impedance value of the T network and pi network. If you also remember one T network characteristic impedance also, it is enough. So ZOT is equals to square root of Z1 Z2 into 1 plus Z1 square by 4. This equation already we have derived in this particular characteristic impedance. Z1 Z2 into 1 plus Z1 square by 4. Sorry, not Z1 square by 4, 1 plus Z1 by 4 Z2. That means Z1 Z2 you are multiplying plus Z1 square, Z2 cancel, it will be Z1 square by 4. You can write this one like this also, square root of Z1 Z2 plus Z1 square by 4 also after removing the brackets. Okay. So we have to remember these values, as these values are essential for finding out this particular design of the low pass constant K low pass filter. Here in this particular two diagrams or two networks, we are having here Z1 values is j omega L, Z1 is j omega L, and Z2 is your capacitor. No, it is 1 by j omega C or minus j omega C. So we write those values. In the constant K low pass filter, we are writing these equations. As we know that in a low pass filter which allows only the lower frequencies, and after the cutoff frequency of C, then the see the attenuation band occurs where it will not allow the frequencies to pass through. So we will see now total series impedance. Total series impedance is equal to Z1 is equals to j omega L, and the total shunt impedance Z2 is equals to minus j omega C, or you can write 1 by j omega C, minus j is equal to 1 by j. Now multiplying both equations, multiplying Z1 and Z2, what we get, Z1 into Z2 is equals to j omega L into 1 by j omega C, that is equals to the value you get here is L by C, because all the things get cancelled and we have L by C. And this L by C is equals to, also you can write Z1 Z2 is equals to K square, also you can write, where K is the constant, okay, because L by C also a constant, and I can write here K square. So K square is equals to L by C given here. K square is equals to L by C, or K is equals to root of L by C. So here K is equal to root of L by C is the value of K, and now we will go for this particular thing, that is we are remembering that value of the characteristic impedance ZOT. From ZOT we will write that expression. Previously we have written that ZOT is equals to square root of Z1 Z2 into 1 plus Z1 square by 4. Okay, that equation we will write Z1 square plus Z1 by 4 Z2. So here you will write that equation. We are remembering that equation now, and from that equation what we write for pass band. What is a pass band? Which allows the frequencies, the region below the cutoff frequency is called as pass band. So from that equation of characteristic impedance, what we have seen that is minus that Z1 by 4 Z2, Z1 by 4 Z2 is the value that should be lying in the range of this range, minus 1 less than Z1 by 4 Z2 less than 0. Now we will take one by one. Z1 by 4 Z2 is equal to 0. Suppose we assume that Z1 by 4 Z2 is equal to 0. Then Z1 is value given j omega L already. J omega L is equal to 0. Nothing but omega is equal to 0 and F is equal to 0. That means that if you take the value of this impedance, characteristic impedance value ZOT, Z1 by 4 Z2 lies in this range, then this omega is equal to 0 and F is also 0. Now we will go for the other range, Z1 by 4 Z2. That means frequency is 0 for this when it is that Z1 by 4 Z2 is equal to 0. So Z1 by 4 Z2 is suppose minus 1. Then what we can write here, Z1 by 4 Z2, if you calculate, it is j omega L divided by 4 into minus 1, so not minus 1 by j omega C, or minus 1 by minus j omega C you can write, 4 into minus j omega C to minus 1. Then what we can write here is 4, it is 4 Z2, 4 Z2 here. It becomes, we can write j omega C like 1 by j omega C also. Z1 is j omega L divided by 4 into 1 by j omega C, that is equals to omega square. Okay, j into j square is minus 1 into omega square into LC by 4 is equals to minus 1. So if you write like this, minus minus gets cancelled and omega square LC by 4 is equals to 1, and from there what you get is, if you write this omega is equals to 2 pi f, omega is equals to 2 pi f, if you substitute, if omega is equals to 2 pi fc, from where we can get the cutoff frequency, omega is equals to 2 pi fc, then substituting here 2 pi fc whole square into LC divided by 4 is equals to 1. 4 pi square f c square LC by 4 is equals to 1. So what we get here from this equation, if you substituting omega is equals to 2 pi fc, then we get this equation, and by solving this equation fc is equals to, we get 1 by pi root LC. Fc is equals to 1 by pi root LC. So we have got one value, Fc is equals to 1 by pi root LC, that is cutoff frequency value. Cutoff frequency is 1 by pi root LC. Okay. Now what we do here is, we for this pass band we are taking this range now. What is the range? So we have taken minus 1 less than z1 by 4 z2 is less than 0. So here we will write minus 1 less than minus omega square LC by 4, as we have derived already, LC by 4 less than 0. Okay, it is minus 1 less than minus f by fc whole square. Okay, less than 0 also. So 1 is greater than f by fc whole square. We are removing the symbol here. Okay. This one is valid point, minus 1 less than minus f by fc whole square less than 0, then 1 greater than f by fc whole square greater than 0 is also correct. So fc greater than f greater than 0 is the range for the frequency, normal frequency and the cutoff frequency, where cutoff frequency is greater than the normal frequency, where for the pass band. Okay. Now we will go for the attenuation band now. So here for attenuation band, as we know that it has two bands, low pass filter, pass band, attenuation band, the frequency range has been calculated. Now it is attenuation band. For attenuation band, we will take this particular thing, z1 by 4 z2 is less than minus 1. This is the key point you have to remember. For pass band, this was the key point, and the attenuation band, this is the key point. For from the characteristic impedance, we are taking this value z1 by 4 z2, and the range is also given here, the minus 1 for attenuation band. Now we have seen z1 by 4 z2 is equal to f by fc whole square, omega square LC by 4, and we have derivations also, we can get f by fc. So here f by fc minus f by fc whole square is less than minus 1, that is nothing but f by fc whole square is greater than 1. Then f by fc is greater than 1, then what is the range is here, we are calculating f by fc whole square is greater than 1, nothing but f by fc is greater than 1 and f greater than fc. F greater than fc also can write here. So implies f is greater than fc. So the cutoff frequency value will be different from this value. So here it is less than and here it is greater than. So the difference, after a particular frequency, the attenuation band occurs, and before the cutoff frequency, the pass band occurs. Okay, as you have shown in the figure like this. pass band and then attenuation band. Okay, this is the pass band, this is the attenuation band. From 0 to FC, it will be the pass band. After FC, it is the attenuation band. Now we have written the values there. Now we will do one thing, we will solve the equations what we have got from this particular constant K low pass filter. So we will write the equation, we have the equations K is equals to root of L by C, and also Fc is equals to 1 by pi root LC. We have derived these equations. Now these two values are there. On solving these two values, on solving these two equations, we get what we have to remove the root here. So what we can do, K square is equals to L by C and Fc square is equals to 1 by pi square LC. Squaring on both sides, we get these values. Now after combining these two values, how L is equals to Ck square. L is equals to Ck square. And here I can substitute this L is equal to Ck square value, and you can also get the value of L and C from this. L is equal to Ck square So you can solve this equation. L is equal to Ck square, or as well as they can combine here C is equals to these particular values. So I will write here Fc square into pi square into L into C is equals to 1 is equals to 1. So I have to get the value of C now. So what can I do is I can send all these values here. C is equals to 1 by Fc square pi square LC, pi square LC. L is equals to what is this is LC, Fc square into pi square into LC, pi square into L. Fc square into pi square into LC is equals to 1, and C is equal to 1 by Fc square into pi square into L. Okay, this is one equation we have got, and from this equation we can get the value of C. So what is L here? L is equals to Ck square. We can write here Ck square 1 by Fc square into pi square into Ck square. In the place of L, L is equals to Ck square from the equation. Now what we get here is C square, K square, pi square, Fc square is equals to 1. So C is equals to 1 by Fc K into pi, 1 by Fc into K into pi. And from that same thing we can get L, this L value also. L is equals to Ck square. So 1 by Fck pi into K square. If you cancel it here, it comes K. K by Fc pi is equals to L. So this is one more value of L. L is equals to K by Fc pi. So we have derived these two equations here, that is the value of L and what the value of the capacitance. So inductance and capacitance are found out from these constant K low pass filter by using the characteristic impedance expression. Now we will we have also find out the cutoff frequency range, and also we have got these parameters L and C. And now these L and C parameters are useful to design a constant K low pass filter. When these values are given to you, you can design a constant K low pass filter for T and pi sections also. So the constant T filter and constant K low pass filter will be derived from these designed from these particular values. Okay. Thank you, students. I will be concluding this class here, and in the next topic will be our high pass filters, and we will do some problems on low pass filter and high pass filters. So let me conclude. Thank you.